Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Astrology News Report, an alternate view of world events as seen through the lens of Vedic Astrology. I'm Ron Berger. Today is April 28th, 2024. In this report, we'll take a look at what's coming up in the zodiac for May 2024. But before we begin, an important announcement. The weekly videos on this channel are available to people who donate to the channel. You are watching the once-a-month free public video. If you would like to have access to the upcoming month's weekly reports, stick around for the link at the end of this video to make your donation. Thanks. In May, the big event for Vedic astrology happens right at the beginning of the month. On May 1st, after spending a year in sidereal Aries, Jupiter changes signs and enters sidereal Taurus. In Vedic astrology, Jupiter is known as the Great Benefic because mostly what it represents is good stuff. When Jupiter moves into a new sign, that is significant, both for world events and for personal charts. Jupiter will stay in Taurus for a bit more than 12 months, until mid-May 2025. Taurus is one of the Earth signs, and is noted for being materialistic. Jupiter is the planet of wealth and prosperity. So the next 12 months should be good for positive progress in the economic sector. Jupiter is the planet of justice and laws. Taurus is conservative, conventional. This combination tends to support the established order. But Jupiter's energy of increase, plus the Taurian possessiveness, can turn into greed. Taurus also enjoys the sensual world, and since Jupiter is the energy of expansion, this combination can lead to excessive sensuality, in other words, indulgence. In world events, the 1-year-long Jupiter transit in Taurus will tend to have a stabilizing effect. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. Taurus represents the status quo. Jupiter is the planet of prosperity. Taurus is interested in accumulating wealth. But this won't be a slam dunk for economies, mostly because shortly after Jupiter enters Taurus, Uranus will follow. The planet of rebellion and disruption will join Jupiter in Taurus starting June 1st. I'll have more analysis on what that portends in an upcoming report. After the moon, Venus is the brightest thing in the night sky. Depending on the time of the year, Venus is reliably on the eastern horizon before sunrise, or above the western horizon after sunset. Thus, Venus was a built-in celestial compass for the ancient travelers who traveled by night to avoid the daytime heat and needed to determine their direction. For this reason, Venus is called the planet of guidance. Every year, for several weeks, Venus gets so close to the sun that we can't see it, a condition called combust. Venus will go into combustion when it is about 8 degrees from the sun during the first week of May. Since Venus moves only slightly faster than the sun, it takes many weeks, nearly 2 months, before Venus gets beyond 8 degrees from the sun. This year, Venus comes out of combustion during the first week of July. After July 4th, Venus will reappear in the west after sunset as the evening star. When a planet becomes combust, its energy gets burnt up by the sun. Thus, some of the significations of Venus will be harmed while Venus is in this condition. Venus is the planet of agreement. Coming to agreement will be harder during these weeks. Venus represents value. Proper value will be harder to determine. Since Venus is the planet of guidance, when we can't see Venus, we are lacking in guidance. While it is combust, Venus will change signs on May 18th, leaving sidereal Aries and entering Taurus. Venus is the ruler of the sign Taurus. A planet in its own sign is strong, both for what the planet and what the sign represents. Venus is the planet of value and finance. Taurus is materialistic. But since Venus will be combust during its sojourn in Taurus, we can't expect too much from Venus, even though it will be strong for the significance of its sign. Another interesting thing is that while it is in Taurus, Venus will combine with Jupiter. The exact conjunction is on May 23rd. Note that, at this point, they are both deeply combust the Sun, so we won't be able to actually see the conjunction in the night sky. Venus is the planet of relationship. Jupiter is the planet of opportunity. Venus is the planet of value and cost. Jupiter is the planet of increase, so that doesn't sound good for the inflation problem. Venus is the planet of pleasure. Jupiter is the planet of celebration. The two of them together can be too much of a good thing. In other words, leading to excess. By the middle of May, Venus will be pulling away from Jupiter, and the combined effects of the two planets will lessen. Also, at the end of the month, Venus will be in near exact conjunction with the Sun. In other words, completely combust, so its significations will be much weakened. Okay, so there's a brief look at changes in the planetary patterns for May 2024. And here's a description of what's coming up in May's weekly videos. May 5th, Jupiter transiting in Taurus and the effects for your rising sign. May 12th, Venus joins Jupiter in Taurus, and what sorts of things we can expect from all of that. May 19th, current transits and their effects on world events and politics. May 26th, a preview of planetary patterns for June 2024. You'll not want to miss out on all these great upcoming videos, so if you'd like to have access to May's weekly reports, donate $20 by clicking on or touching the donation card you see at the end of this video, which will take you to the donation page. If $20 for a month is too much for you, you can donate $10. The link to each week's report will be sent to you via your email. Here's the link to the donation page. Just click or touch the card. If the card does not appear or doesn't work, you can find the link in the comments section below. Thank you, and until next week.